Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be talking about difference of squares and perfect square trinomials, similar to the problems that you see up on the screen here. Just a reminder, this is the normal version. If you want the speedrun version, where we go through it pretty quickly, I'll link that in the description below. For your Ricasso Recap, you should already know how to do factoring by grouping. If you want a refresher on this, I'll link a video in the description. Please go watch that before you start this lesson. All right, new lesson starts now. Here we go. So, we've been following these steps. Step 1, is it in standard form? Yes, it is. Step 2, is there a greatest common factor? No, there is not. Step 2 is done. All right, and now we come to the new part for today. There are two terms, so we're going to be looking here, and we're going to talk about difference of squares. So in math, difference just means subtraction, right? So there's going to be a subtraction symbol in the middle. And squares here, we're talking about perfect squares. Refresher, perfect squares would be like 1 times 1 equals 1, 2 times 2 equals 4. And then you could make a list, right? Okay, so here's the list. Don't ask me why it's slanted, couldn't tell you. And now the perfect squares, right, are all of these numbers here. Okay, all of these are perfect squares. So when I look at this problem, we said it's called difference of squares. We have subtraction. We have a perfect square here, 16, right? That's on the list. And we have a perfect square in this spot, which is 25. That is also on the list. So when you have a difference of two perfect squares like this, oh, and u squared is obviously u times u. When you split this, it will always, always, always split into a plus and minus version. And you take the square root of each one. So the square root of 16u squared is 4u. And the square root of 25 is 5. And that's what goes in each of these parentheses. All right, here's our cool clock for today, which means that it's time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try these two problems on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. Okay, for the first problem, you should have gotten 2z plus 1, 2z minus 1. And for the second problem, hopefully we realize that, remember, back on this slide, step 2 is to check for a greatest common factor. So hopefully you realized, oh, I can factor out a 2, and then it's a difference of squares, and there's our final answer. All right. We've done difference of squares. Let's talk about the other one. All right, step 1, is it in standard form? Yes. Is there a greatest common factor? No, there's not. Step 2 is done. Now for this one, there are 3 terms, and today we're going to be talking about perfect square trinomials. A perfect square trinomial, okay, we've already learned about perfect squares. We just talked about those, right? 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. So here I have a perfect square and a perfect square on either side. And the other part of a perfect square trinomial is, so I know this is going to split. This is like 2n times 2n. This is like 5 times 5. And then in the middle, okay, in the middle, is the middle 2 times 2n times 5, right? Taking 1 from each side, 2 times 2n plus 5. And it is, right? When I multiply this, it gives me 20n. So that's sort of the check. Is it a perfect square trinomial? It has to follow those rules, right? It has to be perfect squares on the end, and then the middle has to be 2 times 1 of each side. All right, once we have that, I know that this will split into 2n plus 5 and 2n plus 5. The reason it's pluses here is because this is a plus here, which makes this a plus. We could rewrite this as 2n plus 5 squared. Also, if the problem had been like this, if there'd been a minus sign here, my final answer would have just changed to a minus sign there. All right, time to practice. Go ahead and pause the video, try these two on your own. When you're ready, unpause, and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. Okay, for the first problem, should have gotten h minus 4, or just h minus 4 squared. And for the second problem, remember step 1 is to always, or step 2 is to always check for our greatest common factor. So you should have factored out a 2. And then you have a perfect square trinomial, which gives you 2 parentheses d minus 10 squared. Trinomial is just 3 terms, right? All right, that is it for today. I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.